about 9:15, September 18th. It's a little late in the season for the final trip, but don't really have much of a choice at this point. So we're gonna get one more weekend in. We got 4 days up in Muskoka, heading out today up towards Huntsville. We're gonna do Huntsville out around to the park, down to Bancroft, Bancroft over to Parry Sound, and then Parry Sound back home. So doing this one solo, Bob's not available. So let's go find some fun up in the Muskokas. Quick stop for gas, get the tank topped up, and then get this party on the road.
So one of the plans of this weekend was to test the bike to see what sort of range I could get out of the tank of fuel. Planning and preparing for Alaska next year has been a bit of a task, shall we say. Planning out the sections where gas just isn't readily available, so knowing exactly what my mileage is on a tank of fuel is key.
So gassed up now. We're heading out, heading north, northeast. We're working our way up towards Barrie. Fortunately, at that point, we're gonna have to jump on the 400 to Highway 11 because there really isn't any meaningful route from Barrie to Huntsville other than 11, which is a bit of a disappointment, but we will be cutting off that as soon as we can to find a little bit better of a route. Coming up on the first stop for the day, first waypoint at least, which is Tavistock, Ontario. They got a little dinosaur. Interesting. We're gonna pull off here and stop for a little coffee break. I think the next waypoint is Conestoga Lake, I think. Yeah, a couple of GS's. The Brotherhood, alive and well. So a quick little stop in Tavistock. Ran into a bunch of older gentlemen coming back from St. Jacobs area, heading back to home. I believe they said they were just Windsor area. Nice little chat with them. There was a couple of GS's, a 1250 Rally, new 1300, and then another guy had the RT, had a K-Series bike. So apparently they're making a stop at Peak Power Sports in London, the Old Wolf, on their way back. But we're heading out of here, and apparently they may have gone the wrong way. Heading out of here and heading up towards Conestoga Lake now. We'll stop at the Conestoga Dam and get the next waypoint. We'll go from there. Making our way up now on the last stretcher up the Conestoga Dam. Let's see if we can find a spot in the park on top of it for a couple of minutes and get a couple of pictures and maybe get the drone up. Maybe. I'll have to see what it looks like. I thought there was It may be just like emergency parking for it, but we'll have a look. Or maybe not, because there's construction right where I want to stop. Guess that's not happening. Wow, water level is low, like super low. Holy. Wonder if they're just venting some out to do the repairs on this. Yeah, that is really seriously low. It's got to be down 20 feet. Yeah, I was hoping to pull over up here. It's at this little control building, but that does not appear to be something I'm going to be able to pull off. So just pulled off on a little side road at the end there of Conestoga Lake to get the drone up and have a look at just how empty the reservoir is, and she is dry. I can only assume they've done that because they're trying to service some of the concrete on the dam that we crossed. But yeah, anybody that's got, you know, lakefront cottages along there and doesn't have lakefront, barely has beachfront, I'd say barely has stream front. It is absolutely empty if you look at it here. So we're heading through Drayton right now. We're going to keep heading up north this way. We're going to cross over through Arthur, because, you know, everything going to Muskoka goes through Arthur apparently. And we're going to head up to Hockley Valley. Now, Google Maps showed half of Hockley Valley closed, but we'll have a look and see. We at least get the first part, and if the second part's closed, we'll just have to route out and around it, and that's that. But it would be nice to try and get through Hockley Valley if we can. So we'll find out in about 40 minutes, I think. Alright, we're starting down Hockley Valley now. I just got to get around. Hopefully get around this guy if I can. Yeah, with the west side of Hockley Valley, we get through here, see how much of it is closed down the other end. This guy turning, maybe? Alright, good stuff. This guy's not paying attention to shit though. Yeah, when I had mapped this out and looked on Google, it showed Hockley Valley, the east half of it being closed. But I looked at it now and it seems like it's open. So I'm really not sure what to expect once we get up here, but we'll run it as far as we can. Ideally, I'd like to be able to get all the way down through and out the other side, but, you know, see what we get. Yeah, if you're ever in the Orangeville area, it's certainly worth coming up and having a cruise through. It's a nice little ride. We're starting to get some fall colors up here. Not expecting too much in the way of fall colors up in Muskoka, but I don't know. It's starting to get some down here. So we might actually get a little bit more than that up there. We'll have to see. Just stopping for a break just north of New Tecumseh, I believe. Heading out from here, we're going to cut across, pretty much cut straight east. Unfortunately, that means collecting up onto the 400, but the alternative is having to deal with going through Barrie, and I don't want to go through Barrie traffic, so yeah, head out from here and work your way up into the Muskokas. Well, can't seem to avoid it one way or the other. Now we get to start the really fun part of this, which is the 400 up to 11. Highway 400 sucks. God, it sucks, northbound and southbound. So fuel light just came on. We're in Aurelia right now, so we just pulled off here, and about 60 kilometers from the end point. Well, the next stop, which is set of waterfalls, just before we get to Huntsville. So make a quick stop here, and then we'll work our way up there. Done for 11. Quick stop here at Potts Falls, just north of Bracebridge, I think it is. Yeah, it's got to be just north of Bracebridge. It's a nice little bridge across you can walk over. Looks like there's a conservation area or something. It is a little breezy, so I'm not going to put the drone up as much as I really would like to. I just don't want to run that gamble of losing it in the wind and the water. Looks like there might be a spot to walk down. Not quite Niagara Falls, but something. So we're just coming into Huntsville from the south. You're stopping at Goodwin Park to see these little locks that they have. Looks like there's some construction around the park area, so that might be a little interesting to get to, but we'll have to check it out and see. And then once we get into town, I keep saying once I get into town, I am definitely going to go by and see if Smokin' Hot Barbecue is actually open tonight, hopefully by chance. It may be. It may not be. But it's worth a shot. Quick stop at the Brunel locks. Kind of interesting. It's always been on the list to stop on the way through, just never have. So now we're gonna head in and test the luck on Smoking Hot Barbecue. I'm figuring it's closed. Google says it's closed, but I gotta check. Yeah, not used to being out on a bike trip and having to worry about school zones. Most of the time the bike trips are in the summer when school's not in. I'll be damned if I'm not getting my barbecue in Muskoka. So my go-to Smoking Hot Barbecue, not open, but I've just found this other gem down by the water. It's got a really good star rating, really reasonably priced, so we're gonna give that a go for tonight, and we'll still pick up Smoking Hot on the way back through on Saturday. Let's get some dinner in me and go get checked into the hotel. So I may have just found my new barbecue place in Huntsville. Just as good as Smoking Hot, probably about 30% cheaper. Definitely worth stopping by this place if you're in town. Rolling out from the Lions Lookout. Pretty interesting, got a pretty good view of the town and some of the lakes around the area. We're gonna go get fuel, I think, and then go check in. Alright, so we're all checked in. We're going to walk up to McDonald's here and rectify our coffee problem. Get settled in, get some video transferred over, bike unpacked, and start organizing for tomorrow to over through Algonquin. Be a good trip.